Tell me how, I got nothing to say. Tell me why, on my tombstone is blank. 'Cause I'm not the one who won't try. I'm not letting life pass me by. Tell me when the days are less gray. Tell me where is the road to less pain. How many days before I decay? It's getting so hard to get by. Where are all my trophies in life? And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Set to sail to a place I can't say. Live a life worthy of chase. The time is today. New blood in my veins. I won't be the joker in life, playing the part I don't like. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Yeah. And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. 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 Young and hungry for life.
Oh my goodness! SmackDown was not boring. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. I actually enjoyed Friday Night SmackDown for the most part. We got some major problems. We got some major problems on this show. But last night, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Kevin Owens. If you are one that wants story, if you are one that wants tension, those four guys gave it to you. We also had a United States Championship match between Baron Corbin and Trick Williams that was better than the one at SummerSlam. And I'm not surprised that A, Jade Cargill is terrible, and WWE already pinned Chelsea Green. It doesn't matter how you hide it. Oh, and Tatum Paxley debuted. She's got more television time than Blake Monroe after one night. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the beer garden, man. We're open. It's happy hour. It's Saturday afternoon. And we'll talk some House of Glory. Today, we're going to the beer garden on this Saturday afternoon. I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. This isn't about errors. It also isn't about excuses. WWE has failed creatively. AEW has failed fundamentally. So why did Triple H lose the plot? Why did Tony Khan abandon everything that made AEW special? Because nobody is committed to the one thing that actually matters: long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for your Saturday, August 8th, 2026. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Saturday afternoon happy hour, wherever you may be. SmackDown. I did not watch SmackDown while it aired live last night. I was at the House of Glory show. We'll talk about the House of Glory show in a little bit. I was very much looking forward to what WWE was going to do as far as a follow-up to SummerSlam. Now, on Monday, we got a solid Monday Night Raw. We got LA Knight, Roman Reigns. They had a very good face-to-face, setting up what is probably Roman Reigns'
next World Championship title program. We all know how that's going to end, but I believe, you believe, a lot of people believe LA Knight deserves to be in that discussion to hang with guys like Roman Reigns because of the work he's put in over the last 4 years. There was some really good wrestling on Monday. Don't really care about the bloodline stuff because it's just more of the same. I don't know where it's going. I don't really care where it's going. Obafemi and Braun Breaker, that was another big deal coming out of Monday. So Raw got you excited about a couple of things coming out of SummerSlam. It was SmackDown that, believe it or not, I was more interested in. Which is funny because SmackDown has been the worst show. Monday Night Raw has now gotten to a point where it's even with Friday Night SmackDown. And that said, how we have watched the deterioration of Monday night because they seemingly don't care. And I see the energy already is off the charts in here. Holy shit. Look at this fucking guy coming in here. KB Brown with a $100 super chat. Hey, JD, been a fan since the 2015 Royal Rumble. Just want to say that you and your channel have inspired me to maybe one day have my own podcast and bring that kind of joy and positivity that you do. Thank you for the hope. Thank you for being true to yourself. Look at this guy, man. I love it. KB, when you get that podcast off the ground, man, you let us know here in the venue when you get that podcast started. And you let us know where we can find you. Just do it. Just do it. I appreciate the kind words, man. I appreciate those types of comments more than any other comments. And I am glad that some people in this space find me to be that sort of influence and that sort of inspiration. I can't really replace that type of comment with anything else, man. That's the top of the top right there. And all I ever wanted to do was create an environment, create what we have here, this virtual world that is still in the process of being fleshed out. We're not even a fourth of the way done with what I have envisioned. But creating a place where everybody can come and just hang out and talk pro wrestling. So I appreciate you, KB. Thank you very much, brother. Just do it. Just get it started. Seriously. I appreciate all the support, man. So like I was saying, I was looking forward to SmackDown more, believe it or not, because of what they had coming out of SummerSlam. And SmackDown has been largely the worst show in all of professional wrestling. I mean, they're all bad. Some worse than others. But SmackDown has been largely the worst show. The main things we were focused on tonight were CM Punk, Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens won a number one contender match at SummerSlam against Gunther, Finn Balor, and Sami Zayn. So now he's the number one contender for the WWE Championship and CM Punk. And then Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton as we begin anew with Randy Orton and CM Punk coming out of WrestleMania and the fucking absolute dog shit, the ridiculous storyline that we had to sit through with Pat McAfee there, basically redoing everything. And we were looking forward to that. And you guys are fucking crazy, man. Holy shit. We got another $100 super chat. This time from the Joker's voice. Haven't been here in a while, but wanted to give props to the best in the IWC. Punk and Owens, great. Tatum debut, excellent. Had a caramelized pineapple old-fashioned last night. You and Jason inspire my YouTube channel, OTS for fucking life. Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Joker, I appreciate you, man. A caramelized pineapple old-fashioned, man. That sounds very interesting. And something that I would absolutely indulge in. Hopefully it was delicious. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. KB and the Joker's voice, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the great energy to begin this Saturday afternoon stream. Punk, Owens, Orton, Cody. I saw some people on Twitter last night during the House of Glory show, and I saw some comments about the CM Punk and Kevin Owens face-to-face, and I saw some people, some notable names, I will not mention who they are. Oh, this was a disappointment. Oh, this was not good. So on and so forth. So after the House of Glory show, I slip into bed. I got my iPad in front of me, watching SmackDown. No commercials, which is great. It's a great way to view it. And the one thing I fixated on was the CM Punk and Kevin Owens face-to-face. I thought what they did last night was excellent. I thought what they did was lay the groundwork for what is to come. And we now have a title match. We're not waiting until Money in the Bank. We're not waiting till this Sunday night's main event coming up, Labor Day weekend. We are looking at August 21. Scotiabank Arena. Toronto. Kevin Owens and CM Punk for the WWE Championship in what will be a volatile environment for one CM Punk. And a crowning moment, potentially, for Kevin Owens. I thought what they did was excellent last night. And the reason why I thought what they did was excellent last night is because they didn't give away too much. They let you know that there were tensions. They let you know what started all this hatred off between Kevin Owens and CM Punk. And then they kind of dipped their toes into how they currently feel today as they stand in the ring together looking eye to eye, face to face. They didn't need to give away too much. They hit on all the top points, and they gave you just enough to get you into next week. Perfect. Meanwhile, before that, we got CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, who are still buddy-buddy. And Cody, he's anxious as a motherfucker. He wants to know if CM Punk had anything to do with Randy Orton. He wanted to know if CM Punk had any knowledge, any prior knowledge of Randy Orton showing up at SummerSlam. CM Punk laughed him off like, are you kidding me? I had no idea that Randy Orton was going to show up. I didn't even know Randy Orton RKO'd you. So WWE, while continuing Punk and Cody, brought out Kevin Owens to further Owens and Punk. And then later in the show, brought out Randy Orton with Cody Rhodes interrupting Randy Orton's return promo. So we got one feud still ongoing, bleeding into the WWE Championship program, which then bled into Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. And that's not even half of the main event scene. So if you guys are looking for story in WWE, if you guys are looking for tension, and you guys are looking for something that is going to be there on a consistent basis, week to week, those four guys are going to tell you everything that you want to know. And one of the primary reasons, if WWE gets their fucking head out of the clouds and does what they need to do, SmackDown, realistically, with the roster that they possess, and the roster that you look at this roster, half of which aren't even being used, SmackDown honestly could be the best show in all of pro wrestling. The groundwork is there. The talent is there. The writing is not. The writing is awful. You can't rely on Kevin Owens and CM Punk and Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton every single week to fucking carry the load on this show. You gotta give me more. And we'll get into that more as we roll on here. But I thought what Punk and Owens did, and we'll get into what they said, I thought what they did was great. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, I thought, might have actually edged out Punk and Owens. I thought Cody Rhodes probably cut the promo of the night, to be quite honest with you. And there's one thing in that promo that Cody Rhodes said that really got me to fucking put the eye emoji on social media. We see you, Cody. He said, I don't need to be the good guy anymore. Oh, is that right? Is that so, Cody? I don't think anybody wants you to be the good guy anymore. That's the fucking problem. You just answered that question for us. What do we want? We don't want Cody Rhodes to be the bad guy anymore, or the good guy anymore. We want him to be the bad guy. We don't want Cody Rhodes to be the good guy anymore. He knows what he needs to do. He knows exactly where he needs to go. Tatum Paxley debuted. She's now officially a part of the SmackDown roster, with reports that Charlotte Flair personally wanted Tatum Paxley in their little triangle of friendship with Alexa Bliss. So we got Alexa Bliss, Tatum Paxley, and Charlotte Flair. I think Tatum Paxley is very good. I think she's going to get over big on the main roster. I think she's got a look that the fans are going to heavily gravitate towards. I just don't understand why we have other women on this roster that aren't getting the same preferential treatment. And I don't know why WWE is struggling to find a spot for some of the other women on this show and put them in a meaningful program. We'll talk about Tatum Paxley, why I'm surprised that she went to Friday Night SmackDown. Chelsea Green, tonight was her first night as Women's World Champion, or WWE Women's Champion. And there's a situation now with Rhea Ripley where she has elected to get surgery, and she will be out longer than WWE had hoped. WWE wanted her back almost imminently. And I thought that was going in the right direction until Rhea Ripley posted that she did the one thing that she tried to steer clear of, and that is get surgery. So did WWE drop the interim from Chelsea Green's WWE Women's Championship? They did. It would mean a lot more if it came from Rhea Ripley and not Joe Tess. Chelsea Green, by the way, was pinned on Friday night, which goes to show you exactly what I said on Sunday when we covered SummerSlam Night 2, and she won the ladder match. Do you think WWE, do you think Triple H, do you think Michael Hayes, do you think Bruce Pritchard is going to take Chelsea Green seriously as the women's champion? The answer was last night on Friday Night SmackDown when she got pinned by Fallon Henley. Don't get too attached. WWE doesn't look at Chelsea Green as a top female on Friday Night SmackDown. Speaking of top females on Friday Night SmackDown, Jade Cargill is fucking awful. And I am starting to seriously wonder why she's even got a spot on television and why she isn't down at Evolve. And Baron Corbin, Trick Williams, rematch for the United States Championship. I thought what they did was better than what they did at SummerSlam on night 2. But we got to get that title off of Baron Corbin. And I mean the fuzzy title, the furry title. Let's get this guy a title that is going to represent Baron Corbin. All in all, I thought Friday Night SmackDown was an easy watch last night based off the four men that really forwarded the two major storylines coming out of SummerSlam. Other than that, we got a lot to talk about and a lot of work to do to get this show back to where it needs to be. So thank you guys very much for all of your supports. We're going to get into tonight's show. This is your official SmackDown post show right here on Off the Script. It is your Saturday, August 8th, 2026. Jade is great, says Tyrese in the chat. So great that she botched a natural selection. So great that she botched a powerbomb. So great that she botched 3 times in the last 45 seconds of the match. Get her off television. I want to thank all you guys for the support. Last night for House of Glory High Intensity, we were live on YouTube. It was our first live venture on YouTube. We had over 4,000 people watching live last night on a Saturday night. I think that is incredible. Those are incredible numbers. I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. I had a blast calling the show alongside Solomonster and our guy Dr. Hillary P. Wisdom and Johnny Torres. We had a blast calling the show. And man, some of the talent that you saw last night, you see why House of Glory continues to just pump out talent. Obviously, we had Zilla Fatu and Amazing Red. And I know the rumors are starting now because Zilla lost the Crown Jewel Championship. Amazing Red is the new House of Glory Crown Jewel Champion. And now the rumors are circulating. Where is Zilla Fatu going? Where is Zilla Fatu going to end up? I know where he's going. I'm not at liberty to tell you because I want everybody to be surprised where he shows up. But the thing is, we all kind of got tipped off a couple of weeks ago about Zilla. And I can't stress to you how important Zilla has been to House of Glory. Zilla has been a mainstay in House of Glory. He's been the most dominant Crown Jewel champion that we've ever had. And honestly, we as a company owe a lot to Zilla. He was a fixture on the show, and he was one of the most over guys in the company. And I'm so glad and fortunate that me and Jason had the opportunity to see him come on in on day one. And where he ended up last night, we were a part of that journey. We were a small part of that journey. Just a great fucking guy, great talent. He's super nice. He is very welcoming. He's very appreciative of everything that has come his way. And no matter where he ends up, whatever locker room gets his services, they're getting a fucking grade A winner. 100%. 100%. And I said last night on commentary, wherever he ends up, he's going to have 2 fans. A bunch of fans. A whole fucking arena full of fans supporting him. Me and Jason are on the Zilla train. He's going to do fucking great. And the sky is the limit, man. I'm telling you right now, the sky's the limit. Amazing Red, he won the Crown Jewel Championship. He doesn't need a championship to describe what he means to the company. He doesn't need a championship to define who he is. He's already the Crown Jewel. And Amazing Red is amazing. It's just not a name. Everything he does is unbelievable. And at his age right now, where he doesn't need to do half of the shit that he's doing, he's better now than he was 15 years ago. And all you need to do is not listen to me. Go back and watch the last 2 years of that man's work in the ring for House of Glory. It's all on YouTube. Go look for it. Another guy I want you guys to look out for is Darren Richardson. Not only does he have all the athletic ability and the look to be a top guy in this industry, You see guys like Ricky Sosa. You see guys like Casey Navarro. You see guys like Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Darren Richardson's going to be right next to them in a very, very short amount of time. His heel work is great. His in-ring work is really coming along. He had a great match with Lio Rush last night. Keep an eye on him. He's the second longest reigning cruiserweight champion in House of Glory history. And Lio Rush, shout out to him. You know, I wasn't a big fan of the gimmick. I thought it was a little hokey and a little ridiculous. Man, he's gotten that shit over in the last 6 months bigger than I could have ever anticipated. And crowds and fans are taking to it, man. He's doing a great fucking job. And he's the new Cruiserweight champion, by the way. So now he's the Cruiserweight champion and he's the Ring of Honor television champion. Main event. Midas Black, Jay Lyon, that heel turn last night really hit. I had a feeling that something was going to happen. I don't know anything that happens. I refuse to know anything that happens on commentary. I don't hang around the locker room. I don't want to know results. I don't want to know match line sheets, nothing. The less I know, the better. So that I could relay that to you emotionally on commentary. They had a great heel turn last night. And then how could I forget Charles Mason and Sweet Cheeks? Sweet Cheeks, Joey Silver won the Battle Royal, the Matt Travis Memorial Battle Royal, which got him a championship opportunity at any championship he wants. He wants to go for the Crown Jewel Championship, Tag Team Championship, Cruiserweight Championship. He could do it. World Championship obviously would be number one in everybody's eyes, and that's exactly what he opted to do. He cashed in on Charles Mason last night after Mason got himself intentionally disqualified in a match against Eddie Kingston, and out comes Sweet Cheeks after Eddie Kingston put a couple of chair shots right to Mason's back and DDT'd him on a chair. Sweet Cheeks comes out, cashes in the contract, and he is now the king of Candy Mountain. Sweet Cheeks is the new House of Glory World Champion. And what did I say, chat? What have I always said? When a moment is right, you do it. I think everybody that watches the House of Glory product has still, to this day, happened a couple of months ago, has still, talked about what Sweet Cheeks and Charles Mason did, and are still feeling the effects of that match. I can't even begin to tell you how many people wanted Sweet Cheeks to win that match against Mason. And it's on YouTube. Go check it out. I mean, it was very difficult to watch that match and not want to pull the trigger on Joey Silver that night. So him cashing in was poetic justice last night. And he's worked his ass off. He's been there since day one. He's worked his ass off. He's earned it. He's deserved it. No matter what anybody thinks about Sweet Cheeks. The fucking guy's earned it through hard work. And I am a big believer on you work hard, you get what you deserve. And that is him. 100%. And I'm looking forward to what he can do as the world champion. And I can't say enough vile things and at the same time enough good things about Charles Mason. The fact that Charles Mason isn't on national television right now in the same way that you see him right now for House of Glory is criminal. He owns the room when he walks into it. He's great at his character. He's just fucking great. He embodies everything he presents himself to be. The attitude, the promo, the in-ring ability. He's got some of the best movesets. He's got some of the best moveset in all of pro wrestling. Charles Mason. Very good show. I enjoyed myself last night. So did Jason. I know it was the first time on YouTube. There's a lot of work to be done. all my criticisms, a lot of people tend to think, oh, JD works for House of Glory. He don't criticize the show, and he's gonna glaze the show. And they went 4 hours and 10 minutes, and he wants to complain about AEW going along, but JD didn't complain about House of Glory going 4 hours and 10 minutes last night. How the fuck do you know what I said or didn't say to the appropriate people who need to hear the criticisms? Shut the fuck up. That's number one. Number two, not going to lie to anybody, not going to bullshit you. The first fucking criticism I had, and I went to the appropriate people that need to hear the criticisms, is that the show is too long. No show should be over 4 hours. None. First of all, it's our biggest show of the year, so if we wanted to go 4 hours, it doesn't really fucking matter. All In's going to go 7 hours. Who gives a shit? 4 hours and 10 minutes is still an hour less than what AEW usually does on a C-level pay-per-view. That's number one. The shows need to be minimum 3.5 hours. Minimum. Any more over that, you're getting into that gray area. So yes, the show is a little long. The arena sounds, I watched it back in huge chunks last night. The arena sound, from what you heard in the arena to what you see on YouTube, yes, it was off. Seen a lot of criticisms about what was the sound quality. I get it. We'll work on it for the next show. We'll try and make it better. Video packages need to be not played in the arena and then filmed in the arena. They need to be given to the production team to play as an actual file for the live stream. They can't be played in the arena and filmed on camera from cameras in the arena and shown in the arena on YouTube. They can't do that. Again, just being honest and blunt with you. If they use an OBS or a streaming platform like OBS, they have to be played through OBS. And the commentary sound, sometimes it was low, sometimes it was high, sometimes when we wanted to really oversell and start really yelling and kind of getting over-eccentric about some spots, like Sweet Cheeks winning the World Championship, sometime it peaked a little too high. I get it. Jason and I hear all that. We hear it all. We have nothing to do with the way the show sounds. That's not in our job description. We have other people that take care of that. They're paid to do that. And STF Media is very good at their job. That's who handles the production of the show. So all we can do is take all of that criticism and apply it to the next show and make sure it's better. But at the end of the day, live stream chat was lively. We had over 4,000 people. I even seen some of the OTS and Sound Off community in there donating bombs. But as long as you guys enjoyed the end product and enjoyed the in-ring action, that's all that matters. All the criticisms are being calculated and all the criticisms are being compiled. And we're going to take that back to whoever needs to hear it. Show was too long. Some of the matches were too long. I get it. I felt the same way. But it doesn't take away from how the overall show was great. There was a lot of great moments on that show. We crowned 3 new champions last night. It was almost a reset. It's like a dawning of a new era. Zilla's going off and going somewhere else, hitting the big stage. Red is the Crown Jewel champion. Sweet Cheeks is the new world champion. Lio Rush is the new cruiserweight champion. We got a great program brewing between Shotzi, Lio Rush, Steph DeLander, and Mance Warner. Main eventer now heels. There's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of great stuff to look forward to. And I'm proud of everybody. They put on a great show last night. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Now, we will be back in Los Angeles on Labor Day weekend. Jason and I will be in Los Angeles September 4th at the Globe Theater in downtown LA, the theater district of Los Angeles. Him and I will be on the call there. And we already have announced Kyle Fletcher and Hook. Yes. The Hook will be there. So make sure you guys join us, and we will keep you updated on where we will be streaming. I believe it will be YouTube again. But we will keep you posted for sure. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the great content on the channel. Plenty of it. Follow me on all the socials, man. TikTok and Instagram are blowing up. My Danhausen clip on TikTok has officially reached 1 million views. It's legitimately my first ever 1 million viewed clip. Ever. It's crazy. So go check all that stuff out. For my patrons on Patreon, I owe you a watch along. I got backed up big time. I already got one picked out. We'll be doing it this weekend, and look forward to that. As far as what other content's going on the Patreon, you guys got episode 3 of the lost episodes of the original Off the Script. Make sure you guys go check that out. From March of 2014. So that's up there in the highest audio format I could process. So go check that out. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown last night. Super chats are open. Once again, thank you to the Joker's Voice and KB for the big bombs tonight. I see some of you guys coming in with some more super chats. Keep that energy coming in. I love it. And again, I want to thank you guys for all the support right here on Off the Script. Hook is still with AEW, Omega, yes. You wouldn't realize that because he's not on TV. But Hook, the handsome devil himself, he will be with House of Glory, hopefully, for the next several shows. Let's get into this SmackDown last night. We got a lot to get into here. Start things off with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes on out. It's the first thing we see, and he wants Randy Orton immediately. Randy Orton, where is Randy Orton? Why don't you come out here right now? We all want it. Why don't we do this right now? I'll go ahead and say it, Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, my surrogate hometown, a WrestleMania city. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about memories. Good memories, great memories. You just saw that come up on the screen earlier. This past week, the wrestling world lost a champion's champion in Dory Funk Jr. Good memories, great memories. Like 200 yards from here at WrestleMania 40, where I wish I didn't know what I didn't know then. Where it was John Cena, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. More memories this past weekend where I lost with my boots on in the center of the ring to the best in the world and the WWE champion CM Punk. Now I'm going to assume that CM Punk did not know that Randy Orton was going to roll into this ring and hit me with an RKO. So like CM Punk is pretending to be Joe Hendry, say his name, and he appears. CM Punk makes his way down to the ring to confront Cody Rhodes. I heard my name. I'm in the back, so I buzz the truck. I tell them, hey, play my music. I'm going to walk out there. Sounds like my friend wants to ask me a question. You got something you want to ask me, Cody? Cody then goes on and says, no, I don't want to ask you, but since you're out here, I will ask you. Randy Orton, did you know? CM Punk said it kind of hurts, but I understand. So if you need to hear it from my lips, no, I didn't know Randy was there. I didn't even know Randy hit a drive-by RKO. And in fact, I'm obviously not mad about it as you are, but I'm pretty pissed about it. So if you want a two-man power trip this place, wink, wink, we can go back there together, find Randy Orton, and beat his ass together. What do you say? No, you and I, we have unfinished business, no doubt. But my answer is the one that I need from Randy Orton. I guarantee I'm going to find Randy Orton tonight, and I'm going to kick his ass myself. The ring is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, CM Punk. So Cody Rhodes walks away. CM Punk says, hey, Cody, that unfinished business between you and I, just say when. I don't want to see Punk and Rhodes in the ring again unless Cody is a heel. Hopefully by the time we get there, and what materializes out of this Cody and Randy feud is Cody being more like Randy. That's what I'm hoping for. So Cody's walking up the aisleway back to the backstage area. Kevin Owens' music hits. He walks on out. And there's this brief moment where Cody and Kevin Owens cross paths. They stop face to face, side to side. Cody Rhodes hands Kevin Owens the microphone. And Kevin Owens walks to the ring. Nick Aldis is immediately out there because he knows what is going to transpire here on Friday night in his ring. His first night back as GM after wrestling Gunther at SummerSlam. So Nick Aldis is on the ring apron. Kevin Owens is in the ring with CM Punk. Kevin Owens addresses Nick Aldis and says, I didn't even see you there, Nick. Don't worry. It's all good. We're pros, right? You guys have been telling us all week, you guys have to be professional. CM Punk then says, yeah, Nick, don't worry about it. I'm a professional. I can handle it. What are you doing out here, Kevin? Are you here to claim your title shot? I mean, I see you're dressed up to wrestle in your gear. First of all, I wrestle in shorts, not pants, Kevin Owens says. But if you want to know if I want to wrestle, the answer is yes. In fact, that's all I've ever wanted to do for the last 17 months. And man, 17 months is a long time to be told that you might never get to do what you really love again, especially when you haven't decided. I didn't choose to leave. I was forced to leave. And for 17 months, I lived in uncertainty. But I have been proving people wrong my entire career, and here I am. So the crowd starts chanting, you still got it, you still got it. Pro wrestling fans are the dumbest fucks that you could possibly ever gather in one place. Kevin Owens never lost it. He only lost the amount of time that he was in the ring to entertain us at the level that we know Kevin Owens can wrestle. So Kevin Owens even addressed them, yeah, I never lost it. But thank you. But all of this brings me to you because you're out here proving me right. Because for 3 years now, I've had people come up to me and tell me, Kevin, listen, you got to give him a second chance. Phil has changed. He's different. He's a new guy. And I never bought it. Not for 1 second, because I know who CM Punk is. And you're out here proving me right by having the arrogance to tell Cody that, just say when. You want another title shot. Just say when. In fact, I'm the #1 contender for the championship. I'm not surprised you're looking past me because you think you're better than me. In fact, you think you're better than everyone, and that is what proves to me that I'm right and you are still the same arrogant sociopath I've always known you to be. CM Punk starts moving in closer to Kevin Owens. And then he addresses that to Kevin Owens. Yeah, I'm getting closer because I want you to hear what I have to say. Arrogance. Let's talk about my arrogance. Some people love it. I call myself the best in the world. It's what got me to the dance. It's why millions around the world chant my name when I show up to arenas. It's why they chanted my name for 10 years while I was gone. I don't know why you're still out here. I'm a professional. I can handle it. I understand the flip side of the coin. Some people may not like the fact that I call myself the best in the world, but I back it up every single time. In fact, this title that you say you're the number one contender for means that I'm the best in the world. And he's not wrong about that. No matter what you want to say about CM Punk, he has every right to call himself the best in the world because he beat Sami Zayn for it straight up. No bullshit, no shenanigans. And he's standing there as the WWE champion, which means you are the best in the world. What I don't understand is why you can't appreciate the arrogance, because if anybody has benefited from my arrogance, it's you. If anybody has benefited from what I went through to get here and the things I did and said to knock doors down for guys like you, you benefited the most. This place called me skinny fat. Do you think they were really waiting around, holding their breath, waiting for someone like a Kevin Owens? So Kevin Owens then says, you know what, Phil? It's been 10 years since the last time I was world champion. And look, for the last 10 years, I've pictured winning that title back countless times. And it's always been great in my head. But I could never have guessed that something would happen to make that moment even better. Because now, I don't just get to win the championship. I get to humble you and beat your ass for the WWE Championship. CM Punk then says, it's good to have impossible dreams. Sometimes I dream so big, it scares me. And I can see right now that you're a little bit scared. You should practice a little bit of gratitude, because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be here right now. You would be working a 9-to-5er that you hate, being a weekend warrior on the indies, calling me, asking me for tickets to a WWE show for you and your kid. You say, I think I'm the best in the world. No, brother, that doesn't work for me. I know I'm the best in the world. And so do they. Look at you. Kevin Owens then says, yeah, look at me. Look at me. You're right. I should be grateful. And I should thank you for the trail that you blazed, the doors you kicked down. That's true. For people like me, that's true. But I should thank you because you've also shown me what not to do and what not to become, how not to treat people around you. You showed me that. Somebody's ego can get so inflated they actually start believing the shit that comes out of your mouth when they call themselves the best in the world. Dude, you must be so lonely on that pedestal you put yourself on. Meanwhile, thank you, because seeing what you've become has made me determined to not let this business turn me into a miserable piece of shit like you. And then that's when the fists potentially could have started flying. Nick Aldis and all the referees that were out there immediately jumped into the ring and separated these two. Aldis, producers, referees got in the ring. Owens shoves Punk. Nick Aldis leads Punk out of the ring. And that's the way this segment comes to a close. If I was to give the edge to one or the other, I'm giving Kevin Owens barely the edge here over CM Punk. Kevin Owens 1, CM Punk 0. Is there legitimate heat? The way that they describe things, yes, there is legitimate heat. And I had to do some research on this because I didn't really know exactly what was the cause of their heat. What was the cause of their broken respect and friendship between one another, being that they both got brought up in the same system. Back in April of 2005, Kevin Owens, who was then Kevin Steen, 20 years old, Kevin Steen, he was trying to break into Ring of Honor while CM Punk was already in Ring of Honor as one of the promotion's top stars, and he was the locker room leader at that time. Punk reportedly didn't like Kevin Owens' build, which brings us to the comments that they called him skinny fat. But do you think we were all waiting around for someone like Kevin Owens? He didn't like Kevin Owens' build or the fact that he wanted to wrestle in a t-shirt instead of a traditional singlet, which also prompted CM Punk to say, well, it looks like you're ready for a fight. You're in your wrestling gear. Kevin Owens says, no, I wrestle in shorts. Thank you for asking. So Kevin Owens felt like it was disrespectful, or he was being disrespected by Punk, and Punk thought it was being disrespectful to the business that he wanted to wrestle, Owens did, in a t-shirt. Word got back to Kevin Steen, so he wrestled a match in a singlet against management to appease Punk. And by his own admission, it wasn't a good match. So afterwards, he came back to the locker room and sarcastically asked Punk, are you happy now? Punk got in his face and embarrassed him in front of the whole roster. Owens made a snide remark at Punk, which resulted in Punk getting heated and embarrassing Owens with his new roster mates watching on. So that's the whole root of it. And by most accounts, the two barely spoke to each other for years afterwards. Owens and Punk's bad blood goes back to the very beginnings of both of their professional wrestling careers. So in 2022, this all resurfaced again. The issues between Punk and Owens resurfaced again. In 2022, when Owens wrestled Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 38, which, had to make Punk jealous because Owens got the match with Austin, and Punk, a dream match for Punk, has always been a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Punk brought up the old story again, essentially blaming Owens for the blow-up. He said it was insane after all these years, people can still watch that video, listen to Kevin talk, and tell that story about Gabe making him wrestle in a shirt, and blame me for it. So Punk didn't understand why Kevin was blaming him for it, coming back to the locker room and yelling at me for it. There's also chatter, this was via Dave Meltzer, that things got worse when Colt Cabana, who obviously you know him and Punk's history, Punk's former best friend, obviously with the whole legal battle that went on, completely disassociated from each other. Colt Cabana reportedly grabbed pizza with Owens, Sami Zayn, and Pac, which Punk apparently saw as a betrayal given his ongoing lawsuit situation with Cabana. Owens has been blunt about it publicly, telling several sources, we never talk. We have no reason to talk. We're not friends. If we work together, we will talk, but just not a thing we do. So you go back to last night and what they did face-to-face on SmackDown. Owens accused Punk of arrogance for offering Cody Rhodes another title shot despite Owens being the rightful number one contender, with Owens calling Punk an arrogant sociopath. Punk fired back, essentially telling Owens he owes his career to Punk. If anyone has benefited from what I went through to get here and the things I did and said to knock down doors for guys like you, you benefited the most. This place called me skinny fat. You think they were waiting around for someone like Kevin Owens? Owens closed last night's promo with a line turning Punk into a cautionary tale. I should also thank you because you've also shown me what not to do, what not to become. Seeing what you've become has made me determined to not let this business turn me into a miserable piece of shit like you. They hit on everything that they needed to hit on. They gave you everything that you wanted coming into this promo. And they did it in a way where it wasn't them coming out yelling at each other's heads. They weren't screaming their heads off at each other. They both approached this in a very calm and very calculated manner. And Kevin Owens expressed his case. Punk expressed his case. They went about it in the best way that they could in the first meeting that they had. They aired their grievances. They didn't give you too much. They didn't give you too little. They gave you just the perfect amount to build that tension. And you physically watch two guys in a segment that started off almost kind of, all right, man, let's sit down, have a couple of drinks, and let's just talk. And then it got elevated, and then it got elevated, and then it got elevated. It was legitimately what you want from a promo. Starting out at a nice, calm level and getting to a point where the tensions were just too much, where they wanted to fight. Some people are saying that this didn't do a lot for them. This was underwhelming. This was disappointing. I don't know what anybody expected. You want them to give you go back to what I just read to you with this story about the fucking t-shirt. You want to go back to the origins of Ring of Honor in 2005 and the story of Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens, and CM Punk. And you want them to relive 21 years of history in a 15-minute promo segment face-to-face on Friday Night SmackDown after 21 years. You are thinking unrealistically at that point. There is no way humanly possible they can air out 21 years of grievances in a 15-minute promo segment because Kevin Owens won the number one contendership for the WWE title at SummerSlam. Step one. They took a big step one, and they hit a home run. Now we look forward to next week. And then the week after that, we'll be getting the title match. Kevin Owens wants it. He wants it on his home turf. He wants it in Toronto. He wants it on SmackDown, August 21. August 7th was step one. August 14th will be step two. August 21st, I won't be surprised if Kevin Owens wins the WWE Championship. Would I take the belt off CM Punk? It's not on my list of things to do. But honestly, if we're not getting a CM Punk and Cody Rhodes match immediately, I would not mind CM Punk holding the WWE Championship in the time being. And in Toronto, with Triple H loving moments, and we don't know how much he loves to make moments, I won't be surprised if Kevin Owens walks out of Toronto with the WWE Championship. I thought this was great television. And again, like I said on Sunday when we talked about SummerSlam, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Gunther, Finn Balor. We're not even having a SmackDown exist with Drew McIntyre on it since WrestleMania. You add his name to the fucking mix. SmackDown, with this level of talent at the top of the card and the amount of storytellers that they have here at the top of the card, it is physically fucking impossible for this product to create the television that it has been creating for most of the year. You got four of the best storytellers in the fucking business in Punk, Owens, Cody, and Randy Orton in the two biggest programs in the entire company. There's no reason why SmackDown isn't the A show with the amount of story and the amount of talent that exists on Friday night. If anything, it shows you how awful the fucking writing is. I don't blame any of this on the four men I just mentioned. I thought what they did was great. And anybody telling you it was a disappointment or anybody telling you that it felt flat or didn't do what it needed to do, they are lying to themselves. You're wanting and anticipating something that just isn't there. They gave you everything that you needed. They referenced the 2005 t-shirt incident. They talked about CM Punk and the way that he came into the company, breaking down barriers and breaking fucking traditions from Vince McMahon. Showing you that a small guy in this business can achieve the heights and fame and fortune of the other guys that were stereotypical Vince McMahon guys. Punk wasn't a stereotypical Vince McMahon guy. It's thanks to CM Punk and guys like Daniel Bryan who broke down those barriers that did show you that you don't need to be 6'8" and 320 pounds to be a fucking champion in this company. CM Punk is correct. If it wasn't for him and Bryan, Kevin Owens doesn't exist in this company. And then you take Triple H and what he was trying to do in making NXT basically a de facto Ring of Honor anyway, in which he hired all ex-Ring of Honor talent and brought them into NXT and gave them the WWE production value behind it. Kevin Owens got to show everybody on a major stage what he's really great at and how good he really is. But do you think that door opens for Triple H to even get to that point? Do you think that door opens for Kevin Owens to even get to that point without CM Punk and Bryan Danielson? No. No. Now this is just the norm in pro wrestling. Guys that look like CM Punk and Bryan Danielson are now the norm. Whether you like that or not, it's just the way of the business. Get used to it. The 6'8", 320-pound guy is now the anomaly. He's the rare Bigfoot sighting. Guys like Bryan and guys like Punk and guys like Owens are the norm. You can hate it all you want. They changed the business forever. Forever. I don't think we're ever going to go back to the days of what Vince liked and what Vince pushed on television. I thought what they did was great. Next week, I'm looking forward to what round 2 will bring, and then we got the championship match on Friday Night SmackDown, August 21. I can't wait. Kathy Kelly had a backstage interview with Charlotte Flair. What is it about Jade Cargill that really gets under her skin? Not months, years. When Jade arrived in WWE 3 years ago. Man, it's been that long. It's been that long and she's still fucking this terrible. Unbelievable. They met face to face and she saw strength and presence and saw someone who wanted to be the top girl. Charlotte is not fighting for her spot to be the top girl. She's not fighting for gold. She's not fighting for her legacy or career. She's fighting for her best friend, Alexa Bliss, who brought her back to life. Jade got her attention when she said she had to tell Alexa's daughter that her mommy is going to be okay. Tonight, Charlotte is going to kick Jade's ass in her spotlight. 2 alphas, 1 ring, and if Jade is half the woman she claims to be, she'll come to the ring alone. Man, the energy today is fucking great, man. John Pearson with a $100 super chat coming to us from the United Kingdom. JD, I'm from the UK. Always enjoy watching the podcasts. You show true feeling towards pro wrestling. Keep up the great work. And then he puts in parentheses, I don't watch AEW. Good. Good. There really isn't much to watch over there anyway, John. You want story? You stick with guys like Owens, Punk, Orton, and Cody Rhodes. Though, MJF is the only thing over there worth watching nowadays anyway. Thank you, John. Thank you, KB. Thank you, Jokers. You guys are great. Thank you for the real support, man. It's truly humbling and truly just unbelievable. I am very, very appreciative of everybody's support, especially coming out of July, coming into August, continuing that into August. You guys are great, man. Thank you very much. So we go from Charlotte Flair telling us that Jade's been in the company for 3 years and she's still this terrible, to Trick Williams. Baron Corbin, tonight, I'm getting my rematch. I see you out here smiling, feeling yourself, doing podcasts with my title. But we all know the only reason you got my title is because you hit me in the head with it. You cheated me, taking shortcuts. Because everyone knows at the end of the day, Baron, you don't have what it takes to beat Trick Williams. So this is what we're going to do about it. I'm going to beat you down tonight, and there's nothing that's going to stop me. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this for Lil Yachty. I'm doing this for my title. I'm doing this for the culture. Tonight, Philly is going to whoop that Trick, and Trick is going to whoop that ass. Let's talk about it. A lot of promo work on Friday Night SmackDown, which I don't really have a problem with because sometimes a show like that is needed. But a lot of promo work. We go from one promo with Punk and Cody to one with Punk and Owens. From that, we go into Charlotte. From that, we go into Trick. And from that, we go into the first match, which is a rematch from SummerSlam for the United States Championship. Baron Corbin defends the United States Championship against Trick Williams. So Trick Williams comes on out. He's the challenger, so he comes out first. Baron Corbin comes on out, and he drives a motorcycle onto the stage. I like the presentation of Baron Corbin. I hope they keep that with him because it makes him stand out. I always appreciated when someone came out with a unique style that is befitting of them. I always love that. The one that I usually think of, obviously, is Eddie Guerrero coming out with the lowrider, or, you know, he's an asshole and he's a disgusting human being, but Alberto Del Rio coming out. I love the whole just vibe that they created with their entrance. Same thing with Baron Corbin. He needs to keep the motorcycle. It fits the gimmick. It fits the vibe. Now, what doesn't fit the vibe is the belt. Now, unless Baron Corbin is dropping the belt back to Trick Williams or dropping the belt to another babyface that looks good with this white fuzzy, this white furry championship, I don't know why we don't have him holding on to the actual old school United States Championship title with a black leather strap that is befitting of Baron Corbin. This is an ugly title. It does not look good around Baron Corbin's waist. In fact, when Corbin comes out riding a motorcycle to the stage and he's wearing fucking all black and black leather and he's fucking decked out with fucking motorcycle attire and he looks like he should be a fucking bass player for a heavy metal band in Kansas City, you gotta make the presentation right. The belt is an eyesore around Corbin's waist. That's not befitting of a... You clearly took the belt off Trick Williams because you wanted to make Corbin the champion so Trick can move on to bigger and better things, whether that's Money in the Bank or maybe he goes after the World Championship. Maybe he slots himself into the main event scene. You took the belt off Trick for a reason. This is Trick's custom title. Baron Corbin doesn't need to be holding Trick's custom title. Baron Corbin should either have a custom title befitting of himself or he should go back to the black leather United States Championship. He looks ridiculous. Now, with that said, I thought this match was better than the match they got at WrestleMania. They were given much more time. They worked a lot better. And they didn't have Lil Yachty out there causing a scene and just kind of... Yachty was that wrench into the gears that really put a damper on the match at SummerSlam. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go a step further. I don't think Trick Williams needs Lil Yachty. I don't. Trick Williams does not need a mouthpiece. Trick Williams does not need a stooge who's handling his business ventures or his scheduling, a secretary. Trick Williams has the makings of a superstar. Why do you have Trick Williams sharing the spotlight with Lil Yachty when all Lil Yachty does is take away from Trick Williams' spotlight? Did The Rock need an extra mouthpiece? Everybody wants to make the comparisons. Oh, Trick Williams has the charisma of The Rock. He's going to be someone that leads the brand into the future. Then get this fucking guy away from Trick Williams. He does nothing. He does nothing. Trick Williams, he's not a babyface, but he's also not a heel. Lil Yachty, in my opinion, with Lil Yachty being out there and Lil Yachty helping Trick Williams win a match, that's tending to be more on the heel side of things, and we don't really need that. If you want Trick Williams to be that guy that's indifferent, that's right down the middle, and you let the fans choose which path that they want, which leaves you creatively very open-ended. You want to have Trick play babyface? You want to have Trick play heel? Lil Yachty puts him over the heel marker. He's out there with a bedazzled kendo stick. I don't think we need Lil Yachty anymore. I actually thought this match was very good. For what we know Baron Corbin to be capable of, and we know what Trick Williams can do, I thought this was a very good match. Much better than the match. If you put this match on night 2 of SummerSlam, night 2 of SummerSlam would have been a little bit better than it was. I don't know why we don't allow these guys to produce matches like this on the actual PLEs. I don't really get it. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. We were told that the first half an hour is commercial free. Maybe we should get that to be a thing on the PLEs as well, being that we get 8-minute matches and then 7 minutes of commercials. Let's get half an hour commercial-free PLEs, which I don't even believe I'm saying that in 2026. Corbin's in control. He's got Trick Williams in control here, punching away at him, grabbing him by the hair. Trick baby faces it up here. He starts coming back. 2 big side kicks, big flapjack by Trick Williams. Williams then starts slapping Corbin around. Stomps away at him in the corner with the trick kicks, or the whoop that kicks, whatever he calls it. Williams then takes Corbin. Death Valley driver. He goes for a cover near fall. Williams, he looks for the bookend. Corbin counted it. Corbin then gets hit by a spinning back kick to the face by Trick Williams. So Williams went for the kill shot here. He went for the trick shot. Corbin turned him around. Deep 6. Corbin, again, I love Corbin's offense. Corbin's got some of the best moves in all of WWE. Deep 6, the end of days. Best finish in WWE is the end of days. So both men get up. They're going blow for blow here. They're trading blows, and Williams eventually hits Corbin with a jumping neck breaker. We go outside the ring. Corbin takes Williams and throws him into the ring post. Corbin threw Williams into the ring. He took the United States Championship title. That opened Corbin up for a bookend. He goes for a cover. Corbin kicks out at it too. So Williams, he goes after Corbin again. So Corbin tries for the end of days. Trick Williams counted the end of days. Williams reversed it and got enough speed to hit Corbin with a trick shot. He goes for a cover, but Corbin got a foot on the rope after Trick nailed his finishing move. Corbin then rolls out of the ring. He takes the United States Championship. He smashes Trick Williams in the face with the United States Championship while the referee was having his back turned like a dummy. He quickly gets into the ring. Baron Corbin pins Trick Williams and retains the United States Championship. Again, the crowd was into it. Corbin got a lot of heel heat that he didn't get at SummerSlam because there wasn't really much coming into this. So they gave you the rematch to maybe hopefully reignite some of that heel heat, which it did in Philadelphia. He cheated again to win. I don't know where they're going with Corbin as the United States champion. Trick Williams has now taken 2 losses in a row to Baron Corbin. The jury is still out on Baron Corbin on his WWE return. Are you finding yourself interested in Baron Corbin? I want to enjoy Baron Corbin because I appreciate Baron Corbin more now than I did when he was with WWE the first time. He's been through the indie system. He has worked his ass off on the last year and a half on the indies. He's made himself into a whole new character. Now he's back. Has WWE given him the free rein to express who he is and get over who he wants to be? I hope it continues. He hasn't really gotten any in-ring time to really accentuate himself and express himself. He just got thrown into a United States title picture with really no explanation. Why he's going after Trick Williams? Why he's targeting Carmelo Hayes? There's really no explanation. The only big thing that we have to kind of hang on to here from Corbin is that he claimed Trick Williams is impatient. I hope they continue to let Baron Corbin do what he's got to do. Otherwise, it's not going to really be as successful as anything. You want his return to be successful. You don't want it to mirror what he did his first time around. You want it to be better. I don't know why you're bringing him back into the company if you're not going to allow him to be better than the first time we saw him. Sami Zayn. He approaches Nick Aldis. Sami hasn't had a chance to speak to Nick Aldis since SummerSlam. And he just wanted to congratulate him on his performance against Gunther. Sami admitted that he cried when he saw Nick's son come into the ring and hug him after the match. Nick Aldis appreciates the kind of sentiments that Sami's throwing at him very much. And Nick Aldis has, like, a little bit of a black eye underneath his left eye. I didn't notice that at SummerSlam. What happened to Nick Aldis' eye? Did anybody notice Nick Aldis' eye? He got a nice little shiner underneath his left eye. Is Nick going to congratulate Sami about SummerSlam? How many times does Nick expect Sami to sit on the sidelines while he screws him over? Sami wants to know. Here's the thing. Sami would still be the WWE champion if Nick didn't call CM Punk at the 11th hour. He would be the number one contender right now if Nick Aldis didn't put Gunther in the match at the 11th hour. So it's hard for him to not think that Nick did this on purpose. But at the 11th hour, Nick Aldis added Kevin Owens to the number one contenders match at SummerSlam. Right on cue. Kevin Owens walks in. Nick Aldis says, I think you two have a lot to talk about. And he disappears. Before Nick Aldis left, Kevin Owens tells him, listen, I want my championship match with CM Punk to take place in Toronto, August 21. Nick Aldis promised Kevin Owens, I'll make a couple of phone calls. Sami welcomes Kevin Owens back to the WWE. Kevin Owens says, well, that didn't sound sincere at all. Sami says, no one is happier to see Kevin Owens back than Sami Zayn. He spent the last year and a half knowing if their last match, not knowing if their last match in Toronto at the Elimination Chamber was going to be their last match ever. Of course, Sami says he's happy that Kevin Owens is back, and now he has an opportunity to become the WWE champion in Toronto. However, Sami says he needs Kevin Owens to understand and acknowledge the fact that his return 100% screwed him over, and his return came at his expense. Kevin says that he's sorry that the way he returned affected Sami Zayn this much. At the same time, he feels Sami would have done the same thing to him if he was in his shoes. CM Punk can imply that Kevin doesn't deserve to be number one contender, but he did beat Sami Zayn in their last match, and he beat one of the guys in the number one contenders match, which happened to be Sami Zayn the last time he was in the ring with him. In all honesty, Sami says he hopes Kevin Owens becomes the WWE champion. He would much rather see Kevin Owens as the WWE champion over CM Punk. And if there's anything I can do to help you, you let me know. Kevin Owens appreciates the offer of help. But Sami knows how long he's been wanting to get CM Punk in the ring. I'm going to take care of this on my own, says Kevin Owens. So Sami then gets very agitated. He gets really kind of aggressive with his tone. You don't need me anymore. Okay. You don't need me anymore. Just understand one thing, KO. Don't expect me to stop chasing you or whoever it is because you want exactly what I want. So it was basically a low-key threat. If you win the title, I don't want you to stand there and think because we're best friends that I'm not going to come after you the same way I'm going to go after CM Punk. Or because you want Punk doesn't mean I don't want you if you beat the title, if you beat Punk and win the championship. We both want the same thing, so I'm coming after it whether you like it or not. Again, we got a lot of backstage segments. We got a lot of face-to-face time. We got a lot of airing of grievances on this show, which, again, needed to happen. When you have a main event scene that has Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, a lot of history. CM Punk, Kevin Owens, a lot of history. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, hopefully they will develop into some sort of history. Cody and Randy, a lot of history. You add Sami Zayn to that, he's got grievances all over the place with everybody. He's got grievances with Cody. He's got grievances with fucking KO. He's got grievances with CM Punk. A lot of history. What did I say, Chad, on SummerSlam Sunday? A lot of these men at the top of the card, a lot of their stories intertwine with each other. That creates television that we want to see. I will never turn down a Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens feud or a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens face-to-face or promo. A lot of history. And it's very rare you get a genuine emotional tale on pro wrestling television as rich as Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. This is exactly what you want for everybody. You want what these two guys have. You want what these two guys embody. That's what makes great television. No matter how many times we've seen it, no matter how many times you want to go out there publicly and say, I don't want to see another match or feud between these two, you don't have to want to see. You should want for everyone to have what these two guys have. That is what makes pro wrestling special. Kathy Kelly. She caught up to Baron Corbin backstage after his match with Trick Williams. Corbin is upset at Kathy referring to his 2 victories over Trick Williams as upset victories. Is Corbin the underdog in this story? Explain that to me. I've been back for a cup of coffee, and I've already won championship gold. I have the United States Championship, and there are more victories and more titles to win. He hopes that everyone who doubted him feels real stupid right now, and it's been a story of his whole career. Corbin says he was going to take the United States Championship, and he did that. Corbin says Trick Williams never gets his hands on this championship ever again. He makes a promise. In fact, there's not a man in that locker room that can step up to him and challenge him for that championship. I was low-key hoping that Carmelo Hayes would come and say something to Baron Corbin right on cue. We got something better than Carmelo Hayes. We got Carmelo Hayes beating the shit out of Baron Corbin. He throws him into a garage door that's in the backstage area there. Melo had a conversation with Nick Aldis. He says to Corbin as he's on the ground, next week on SmackDown, you and me for the United States Championship in my hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. I'm glad Melo is still factored into things on Friday night. I got a little worried there. And I'm glad that WWE is continuing with Melo and the United States Championship. Baron Corbin's working with Trick. Baron Corbin's working with Melo. Clearly, WWE sees a veteran presence that both Trick and Melo need. Which begs the question, why did you have Melo floating around in the Miz mid-card vortex for as long as he did? What was the point of all that? That was to get Melo ready. Which he did end up getting ready, because when he broke away from the Miz, he won the United States Championship. And honestly, whether you like him or not, was producing some of the best matches on Friday Night SmackDown, some of the best matches in all of WWE, period. And he went on a string of great United States Open challenge matches. He really made that United States Championship a viable thing on Friday night. Melo's Open Challenge ended up being one of the things that we look forward to most on a largely terrible program. Does he need Baron Corbin? Does he need a veteran presence to work with? Or is this just the typical WWE tale where they deem Trick higher than Melo in the ranking system, and they don't want Melo beating Trick for the United States Championship? They look at Melo as United States champion, which is middle of the road. So they're going to have Melo take the belt off of someone who's a veteran in Baron Corbin while they move Trick Williams up, who they deem a bigger star than Melo, to maybe winning Money in the Bank or maybe get him closer to the World Championship title picture. But between me and you, Melo should be right there. I don't know why there's got to be this vast difference between Melo and Trick. Melo led NXT while Trick trailed behind. Melo makes the main roster, and Melo should have fucking hit the ground running on Friday Night SmackDown. It was WWE that derailed him. It was WWE that put a stop to Melo. What's the point of NXT and making someone the top star on NXT if they're not going to immediately make a huge difference to the main roster? Why do they all got to start out at the very bottom of the barrel? Trick comes in and he gets the world handed to him. But Melo comes in and it takes him, we're in year 2.5 now. Why isn't he up near that upper mid-card type level? You had 2.5 years to get this guy where he needed to be. And don't tell me he's short. We just had CM Punk out there in the opening segment telling everybody he broke down boundaries and opened doors for guys like him and Bryan and Kevin Owens. Guys the size of Melo are the norm now. Trick Williams and the guys like Trick Williams and the 6'5", 6'6" guys are an anomaly. They're the Bigfoots of pro wrestling nowadays. Why isn't Melo where he needs to be? Why is he still hanging around the United States Championship? Where's Ilya Dragunov, and why isn't he on the show going after someone like Baron Corbin? Why is there such a disconnect from show to roster? Are we eventually going to get Dragunov back on television, or am I to believe he's fired? Is he no longer with the company? Is there a visa issue that we're not aware of? Is there an injury that we're not aware of? I didn't hear of any injury. How don't you have a guy like Dragunov on Friday Night SmackDown, yet I got to be fucking tortured with B-Fab and Michin and fucking Jade Botchville on the fucking show? I don't understand it. I think we need to get Melo to where he needs to be. A feud with Baron Corbin's great and all, but it defeats the purpose of why you wasted Melo's time with the fucking Miz for months. Miz is the gatekeeper. We don't need Carmelo Hayes to be gatekept anymore. JD, I read that Dragunov is injured. Where? Michael, where did you read that? Where did you read that? It was on X. Bro, you got to be careful where you get your information from on X. You got to be careful about where you get your information from on X. Chelsea Green. We get a Chelsea Green championship celebration. I love you guys so much. I so appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me from the very beginning and pledging your allegiance to Chelsea Green. Because each and every one of you cheering tonight, you're a huge part of the reason why I walked out of SummerSlam your new WWE Women's Champion. She didn't use the term interim. And while we're thanking people, it's only right that I thank me, because I'm also the reason why we're all here, right? And lastly, I want to thank my beautiful, stunning, gorgeous, blonde bombshell of a best friend, Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany, I'm so sorry for what happened on Sunday, but I know that our friendship is stronger than that, right? Our friendship is stronger than that. Okay, so without any further ado, I call you out here because I want to make a toast to strong female friendships. So let's make a toast. So Tiffany Stratton comes on out. She gets in the ring and says, Chelsea, that's actually why I'm out here. I wanted to talk to you about something. Fatal Influence comes on out. JC Jane, she says, all right, enough of this cringy little soap opera we have going on right now. Tiffany, if it wasn't for you, I would have been in that ladder match on Sunday, and I would have been the one standing in the middle of that ring as the new WWE Women's Champion, and you all know it. That would have been the right way to go, seeing where we are now with Rhea Ripley, but I don't book the show. Laney Reed says, and then all of Fatal Influence would be draped in gold the way that it was always meant to be. Fallon Henley says, but instead, we have Chelsea Green, the self-proclaimed hot mess, out here representing SmackDown. But you know what makes it even worse, Chelsea, is that you actually think you deserve it. Chelsea claims that was rude. Do you mind? Can we just put a stop to this? Put a pin in it? I'm celebrating my moment. JC says, don't worry, we're not out here to ruin your moment, your tragic little moment. Tiffany, you took away my chance at the title, so you leave me no choice but to take away the thing that you love the most. And since your bestie destroyed all your hopes and dreams of being Tiffy 2 titles, everybody's got to be Tiffy 2 titles, fucking this 2 titles, that 2 titles, Lyra 2 titles, Bailey 2 titles, fucking Liv 2 titles. Everyone wants 2 titles. It's the fucking, the in thing to do in pro wrestling. It's awful. Be happy with the title that you got. I thought to myself, why not put the final nail in the coffin and take the United States Championship off of you? And then you would be Tiffy, no titles. That sounds so good, she says. No, it doesn't. No. Nobody was laughing at your jokes, Miss Jane. Tiffany says, you know what? I'll give you a title match next week if you give us the tag team title match right here, right now. So JC goes to have a little huddle with the girls, and she says, all right, we accept. Nick Aldis, send a referee out here right now. So we get a tag team title match right here and there. Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton against Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and Laney Reed. Now, the match starts in a commercial break. We come back and join the match already in progress. Chelsea Green and Tiffany are working really good together. They're working against Laney Reed. Stratton is doing what Stratton does in there. She avoids a Laney Reed code breaker. Fallon Henley tagged in. She hits a big super kick. Stratton bounces right into a handspring stunner. And she tagged in Chelsea Green. So they come on in, double team offense between Chelsea and Tiffany. Running knees to Fallon Henley and Laney Reed. Suicide dives to the outside. So we got double suicide dives. Chelsea's getting a little risky in there as the women's champion. That's what I want to see. I'll get to that in a second. We go into a commercial break. We come back from a second break, which I don't know why this match needed 2 commercial breaks, but here we are. Chelsea hits a neck breaker on Laney Reed. Stratton got a hot tag. Cartwheel, float over, Alabama slam, which looked great on Laney Reed. She goes up to the top rope. Tiffany hits a swanton bomb on Laney Reed. Fallon Henley breaks up the pin. Chelsea tagged in. She looks for an unprettier on Laney Reed. That got reversed. Reed stops that, goes to the top rope. Chelsea threw her out of the ring. JC Jane comes on in and hits Chelsea with a rolling encore, which opened up Chelsea for the finish here, which is Laney Reed and Fallon Henley hitting Fatal Flaw. And apparently, Laney Reed and Fallon Henley beat Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green, with Fallon Henley, the legal woman, pinning Chelsea Green. So now, as a result of this, they don't win the tag team championships. And now next week, Tiffany Stratton must put the United States Championship on the line against JC Jane. I see reaction streamers fucking cringing their way to fucking engagement views on social media, pretending like they're dressed up as Chelsea Green and they're wearing the hat and they're getting all excited about Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is a loser. That's not me saying it. That's WWE saying it. How do you have this woman? By the way, Joe Tessitore on commentary claimed that she is the WWE Women's Champion. Joe Tess did not use the term interim. Chelsea Green is now recognized as the WWE Women's Champion. So I want to get that factoid out and front and center. You have this woman win what was then an interim championship in a ladder match. 5 women. Ladder match at SummerSlam, not very good. One of the best moments of the entire weekend is Chelsea Green pulling down that United States Championship, or that WWE Interim Women's Championship at the time. She shows up on Friday Night SmackDown. She comes out for a celebration. She is now recognized as the WWE Women's Champion. She gets a tag team match with Tiffany Stratton and Fatal Influence. And lo and behold, everything I said on Sunday became reality on Friday. What did I say, chat? You can go to my Instagram and my TikTok page to go watch the clip and consume the clip in full. Do you think WWE is going to all of a sudden put the fucking Women's Championship on Chelsea Green and all of a sudden pretend like she's the next Bianca Belair or the next Charlotte Flair or the next Rhea Ripley or the next Jade Cargill or the next Tiffany Stratton or the next Alexa Bliss? Chelsea Green is a loser in the eyes of WWE. WWE will never recognize Chelsea Green in the same way that they do all of the other top women in the division. If they did, Chelsea Green wouldn't have won the championship on Sunday and then got pinned on Friday. Is that some way to treat your top female in the division? No, it's not. And I don't give a fuck how she got pinned. I don't give a shit if JC Jane or fucking Lacey Lane or fucking your Aunt Tilly got in there and pinned Chelsea Green off of an interference. She lost. The visual pinfall of Fallon Henley on the Women's Champion is all you need to see. WWE will never take Chelsea Green seriously. She's just there for whomever is next to hold that championship, whether it's Charlotte or fucking JC Jane or whoever it is. She's just keeping the belt warm for whoever is next. She should not be in the position that she's in. Everybody celebrated on Sunday when she won the belt. Yet nobody wants to fucking come back down to earth and live in reality. Chelsea is holding the championship until WWE decides on who the championship is going to go to next. Chelsea Green wouldn't even be in this discussion because Rhea Ripley would still be on television if she wasn't injured as the women's WWE champion. All because Rhea Ripley now waited and wanted to not get surgery, then all of a sudden elected to get surgery, is now we are where we are. WWE put interim because they felt Rhea Ripley was on her way back and that she didn't need surgery. And then Rhea Ripley posts on social media, see you down the road, and she's sitting at home with her leg in a cast. Who knows when she's going to be back on television? Could be 6 to 9 months. We don't fucking know. But WWE had Joe Tess go out there and call her the WWE Women's Champion. Don't you think it would have meant more for Rhea Ripley to just give that fucking pass that baton to Chelsea Green and claim on social media while she's farming engagement because of a fucking picture of her brace. Now the new women's champion is Chelsea Green. I thought I'd be able to come back. I'm not back. Chelsea Green is now and should be recognized now as the WWE Women's Champion. It would have meant so much more for WWE to have Rhea Ripley recognize Chelsea Green instead of Joe Test just kind of throwing it in under everything else. And then, of course, WWE has her shoulders pinned to the mat, which is very becoming of a WWE Women's Champion. Don't get used to it. Chelsea Green will never be looked at in the light of a Charlotte Flair or Rhea Ripley or a top female on Friday night. And I said this should not be the case. This is a terrible mentality for WWE creative to harbor. You should be in the business of creating stars. Clearly, you have someone in Chelsea Green that the fans want to cheer for, someone the fans want to support, someone the fans want to get behind. Meanwhile, what you've done is treated her like a joke. Meanwhile, what you should really be doing is treating her like a star. You can come out here on Unreal and come out on interviews and podcasts and claim that Chelsea's got it and she's got that charismatic attitude and she's someone that will do anything to try and get the amount of television time that she's gotten and maximize minutes on television. You can give me all the bullshit you want. At the end of the day, it comes down to creative. You allow Chelsea Green as the women's champion to go out there and wrestle like we know she can. You allow Chelsea Green to be a different version of Chelsea Green. I'm not talking about the comedy character, the cringy character, the saluting and all this other nonsense. Have her go out there and beat Chelsea Green, but at the same time, have her wrestle like a top female. Yet you want me to believe in everything that Chelsea Green is after her getting pinned after she won the championship on Friday. How does that create champions? How does that look in the eyes of the audience? To me, I'm looking at a loser. I'm not looking at a WWE Women's Champion. Garbage. Damian Priest. He is still one half of the tag team champions with R-Truth. Kathy Kelly's backstage with Priest. What are his thoughts on the MFTs aligning with Haku? It's like the same thing over and over again. Wepa Time beat the MFTs for the tag team championships, and then they jumped them from behind. Last week, the MFTs do what they do best, and that's jumping people from behind. Priest gets it, and now they have Haku, so they're on a different level of threat now. Are they supposed to be afraid? No, I got Ron Killings. I'm a former world champion. If the MFTs want to get their ass kicked again, Priest got cut off by the War Raiders before he can continue his sentence. Priest is now angry. War Raiders have been chasing Wepa Time for weeks for a shot at those tag team titles. Ivar says it's only a matter of time before they become double champ. Another two guys that want to be double champion. But first, the MFTs got a hard lesson coming their way. R-Truth comes on in. Are they supposed to be afraid of the War Raiders? They're scared of nothing, especially no luchadors. The Road Warriors or the Legion of Doom. Damian Priest says, Truth, they're the same team. Truth had a conversation with Nick Aldis. Truth is willing to put their tag team titles on the line next week against both the MFTs and the War Raiders. Priest finds it real convenient that the AAA tag team titles are not on the line, even though they had a title versus title match last week. So apparently Nick Aldis isn't really, he's not favored right now amongst the locker room. Sami don't like him. Damian Priest has a problem with him. Tag team division is in dire straits. Dismal. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes out. Very long entrance for Randy Orton. He finally has the music die down. And all he says is, Philadelphia. Cody Rhodes storms to the ring. Randy Orton immediately jumps out of the ring, and Cody owns the ring himself. Nick Aldis is out there. Again, more producers, more referees. This is a volatile environment here. Cody's angry. He told Punk he's going to go find Randy Orton. What are you waiting on? You know it has to take place in this ring. It's been 100 days. 100 days, huh? I know you want it. Get in this ring right now. That's how you're going to do this? When we know where this all ends up? I know you don't answer to anybody, but after 20 years, after we've been through everything, especially recently, you owe me an explanation. Randy then says, I owe you an explanation? I owe you? Are you crazy? I don't owe you jack. You? Don't you remember you asked for this? Back during the Road to WrestleMania March, you asked for the very best version of Randy Orton. In fact, you gave me permission to be the very best Randy Orton. You cocky, arrogant son of a bitch. You gave me permission, a 14-time world champion, the Viper, the legend killer. I played your game, didn't I? At WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas, I gave you the best version of Randy Orton. And what did you do? I'll tell you what you did right in the middle of the ring. You beat me 1, 2, 3. No mention of Pat McAfee, by the way. No mention of Pat McAfee. Congratulations. But in that moment, something deep down snapped. I first felt an echo, and it got louder and louder and louder. And the voices came back more clearer than ever before during my entire career. And they told me to do whatever I had to do to put you down on all fours. Pause. Back up and kick you in the face as hard as I could. And then in that moment, I realized the best version of Randy wasn't going to bring home number 15. But the worst version of Randy Orton can and will. You know, I don't care who it has to be. I'm going to take it back. I don't care if it's Kevin Owens. I don't care if it's CM Punk. But if there's one thing I know, I will not be taking it from you, Cody, because as long as there is air in my lungs, I'm going to do everything I can make sure that you never, ever, ever, ever are WWE champion ever again. I have no problem with that. As a fan, I have absolutely no problem with that. Cody says, the worst version of yourself, right? Where's the title right now, Randy? What are you talking about? I'm not held to the standards of the championship anymore. I don't have to turn the other cheek. Look at me. I don't have to turn the other eye. You're talking about the worst version of yourself. What about that version of me? I don't have to be the damn good guy anymore. Really now? Cody says he doesn't have to be the good guy anymore. Forget about the title. Know what needs to take place in here. And newsflash for you, you call yourself the legend killer. Look around, Randy. You're the last legend left in WWE. So my question to you is, who kills you? I don't know what happens between Cody and Randy. All I hope for is that whatever version of Randy Orton we get, he turns whatever Cody Rhodes is now into a version of Randy Orton. It's the only way this works. It's the only way this works. In fact, I would have Cody and Randy lead a new stable of legacy, to be quite honest with you. Randy and Cody leading a group, or new legacy, or new evolution. Cody, Randy, get Ricky Saints in there, and whoever else you want to add to that group that you think fits that mold. That's what I'm doing. WWE is all about their groups. We got no groups. Who are the groups? We got the Bloodline and we got the Bloodline only. Triple H loves his factions. The Judgment Day, they don't mean anything. The Bloodline, it's boring. Can you imagine a group of Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes leading a new Evolution or new Legacy-like faction on SmackDown? I don't give a fuck what this leads to. He just told everybody exactly what he needs to do. Cody Rhodes told everybody exactly where he needs to go. Cody Rhodes gave us all the answer to all of our questions about why he is so boring. He gave us the answer to the question of how we fix Cody Rhodes. I don't need to be the good guy anymore. He's not bound by the WWE title. So fix it. Fix it. This was a great promo. SmackDown cooking with Kevin Owens and CM Punk, and then on the flip side, Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes in a feud that doesn't have anything to do with the championship. When have we been blessed with a feud that is personal, deep-rooted, and has history behind it that has nothing to do with the WWE Championship? It will eventually, when one guy eliminates the other. But right now, it's not about the WWE Championship. When have we been blessed? When was the last time something like this with two stars of this magnitude had a feud that didn't involve a major championship? You talk about the fucking anomalies and you talk about the fucking rarities and the Bigfoots of pro wrestling. WWE never gives us a feud with guys of this level without a championship involved. It just doesn't happen unless you have a main event scene that is as stacked as Friday Night SmackDown. This is what's going to set SmackDown apart from every other show on television. This. WWE does not know what it has right now with this main event scene. More of this and writing and giving me a little bit more professional wrestling on this show at 2 hours, SmackDown can easily be the number one show all week. Sami Zayn. Speaking of another world title contender. Whether you like him or not, he is. Sami Zayn is venting to Johnny Gargano, who is still comatose on a production crate. Candice LeRae is there as well. He's livid about being on the outside looking in when it comes to the WWE Championship. He admits to being jealous of Kevin Owens, but not because he gets to wrestle CM Punk for the title, but because he gets to look him right in the eyes and tell him to his face what a fraud he actually is. So he's jealous of Kevin Owens, not that he's wrestling CM Punk for the title, but he gets to tell CM Punk, does Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn is jealous of Owens because Owens gets to tell CM Punk he's a fraud. Candice informs Sami that CM Punk is standing right behind him. Again, say his name and he just reappeared. CM Punk is more Joe Hendry than Joe Hendry is Joe Hendry at this point. Are we still doing this? And I mean, are you still crying and bitching behind my back? You got a big mouth when I'm not around. Sami and Kevin are jealous of him. I know this. He knows this. I'm not sure about Johnny Gargano, but at least Kevin had the decency to say it to my face. You call me a fraud. Sami calls Punk a fraud and says that his days are numbered. Sami would be doing a lot more than just talking if he wasn't standing here with a broken bone in his left hand. Sami starts laughing, or Punk rather starts laughing. Sami says that he would break Punk's face right now if he wasn't injured. Punk says, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't even touch me. If Sami could, he would have done it during their match in Chicago, Punk says, but he lost, just like Kevin Owens is going to lose when I meet him face to face. Sami is at the back of the line in the jealous category and the title shot category. Punk would rather give Johnny Gargano a title shot over Sami Zayn. He then goes as far as to say, I would give Candice LeRae a title shot over you. And he looks at Sami dead in the face. Sami then starts yelling at Johnny Gargano for laying there and doing nothing. Candice says, why are you yelling at him? Calm down. Tranquilo. Are we going anywhere with the Johnny Gargano bit? Is he going to wake up? Are we looking at Johnny Gargano and Sami Zayn at some point? Like, what's the payoff here? Like, there's been no indication that there's a payoff coming. And nobody should be waiting on one. Sami Zayn is a contender for the World Championship, and Johnny Gargano, whether he's comatose or alive, standing up, open-eyed, breathing like a normal human being, whether you want to admit it or not, he's involved here. Where's the payoff? Kathy Kelly interviewed Jade Cargill. B-Fab doesn't give a damn what Charlotte Flair has to say. You would think, after how many times they've beaten up Charlotte, she would learn by now to keep her mouth shut. Week after week, the baddies have proven that Charlotte is nothing compared to Jade. Meechin says that Charlotte is just jealous of Jade because she's everything that Charlotte isn't. She's a supermodel, abs made of steel, the greatest wrestler of all time. Did Meechin just claim that Jade Cargill is the greatest wrestler of all time? Huh? What? Did she pop a pill during the promo segment that we didn't see? Sniffing glue? She hallucinating? I mean, I think I lost brain cells. I think I lost brain cells listening to this promo. I thought I was watching a comedy stand-up bit from Meechin on Friday night. Greatest wrestler of all time. How does anybody have those words come out of their mouth in regards to Jade Cargill and then not laugh at the stupidity of it? Is there a human being alive and breathing with blood running through their veins that believes that statement? You fucking kidding me? Jade is going to put an end to the disrespect by simply whooping that ass. Sure. Maybe we should string together some moves in a cohesive manner that look good. Let's start there before we claim that we're going to whoop somebody's ass. Nikki Bella. We got a promo from Nikki Bella. You know, I tried really hard to be supportive, she says, like really, really hard because I love my sister so much. And I work so hard every week to get to WrestleMania, and then it was taken away from me. So I made a very unselfish call to someone who I thought was my friend and made it work. I single-handedly revitalized Paige's career, and how does she repay me? By losing the tag team titles and leeching onto my sister every chance she could get. Brie deserved better. And I did everything I could to return and fight alongside my sister, and yet again, Paige failed us. That was it for me. That was my final straw. Paige, because of you, my sister is hurt. Because of you, the Bella twins aren't together right now. So I'm going to make sure that you feel the pain Brie is feeling. I'm going to make sure of whatever career you have left, that it's going to be pure misery. Ooh, man, intimidating from Nikki Bella. Oh, my God. And listen, at least they turned the terrible narrative of Nikki claiming that Paige took it all away from her. For what? For what? Like they made it such a comedy bit at SummerSlam. You took it all away from me. What did she take away from you? You called her to fill in because you were injured. At least they flipped their narrative and had Nikki complain that Paige lost the titles and blamed Paige for Brie getting hurt. So I got to give them some credit in that aspect. Because whatever the narrative was coming out of Saturday's match at SummerSlam just did not fit at all. You took it all away from me. What exactly did she take away from you when you called her to fill in for you because you were hurt? Now you can blame her for losing the titles, yes, and blame her because Brie got hurt, yes. Now we're off to something. Now get people excited and get people to care, which is going to be the biggest uphill battle for Nikki Bella and Paige. I would have actually had Paige turn heel because nobody really gives a shit about a heel Nikki Bella. We've been there and done that. Shinsuke Nakamura. We got a video promo. He has returned again. He says, Tongans, MFTs, you think you evolved. You have a leader now, but you also have past enemies. You say you need to remember who you are. You're wrong. You need to remember who I am, the king of strong style, the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. I am back, and this time I will not be alone. I'm starting a war. I am no longer a one-man army. He and I make it clear who are warriors and who are just pawns. Here is your warning. You are running out of time. Am I expecting this to be anybody that is a major surprise and like, oh my God, man, so-and-so's with the company? Who exactly is Shinsuke Nakamura bringing in? I've seen some people saying, oh yeah, that's where Zilla Fatu's going to fit in. Zilla Fatu coming to the WWE to team with Shinsuke Nakamura against the fucking Tongans, Tonga and Tamatonga. That's what you got for Zilla Fatu. Sure thing. Or is this Finn Balor? Because they got nothing more for Finn Balor to do, so they're going to fucking put him in a mid-card vortex with the fucking MFTs now that they got Haku. You kidding me? Hakushi? Who are they bringing? Hiromu Takahashi? Who gives a fuck? Bro, that'll go over as well as a fucking fart in church. Nobody gives a fuck. You think they bring back Rick Boogs? Bro, what do we do? Are we going back? What is Vince McMahon back? Wasn't this one of the last things we saw under the Vince McMahon administration? Fucking Rick Boogs out there playing guitar for Shinsuke Nakamura. I could see it. Listen, they brought back Corbin. Evil? What's his name in NXT? Nakaru? Isn't he in NXT? Why would they bring him to the main roster immediately? Naraku. Anything Nakamura does is like, oh, God, can we just move on, please? None of it is entertaining or interesting television. Main event. Charlotte Flair. She goes one-on-one with Jade Cargill. This was supposed to take place at SummerSlam. With Rhea Ripley getting hurt, they wanted to crown a then interim champion. So they took all of the women on Friday Night SmackDown that they thought were top contenders and put them in a ladder match. And they took Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair, which was supposed to be a one-on-one match, and just kind of absolved that into the ladder match. Bro, Charlotte is very capable. Charlotte is very capable of delivering a match that is WrestleMania worthy. We've seen it. We've seen her work with the best. And we've seen her perform at the highest of levels. No matter how good Charlotte Flair is, there is no hope saving a match when Charlotte is in there with somebody that's on no planet could be her equal in any meaningful way, in any way whatsoever. Charlotte is incapable of saving a match with somebody that honestly should have been on NXT from the first day that she arrived. You have women on this roster that are more advanced and that are more where they need to be compared to Jade Cargill. Blake Monroe. Where is she and why isn't she on television? And why is Jade Cargill on television? Why isn't Jordynne Grace on television? Jordynne Grace is every bit as physically impressive as Jade Cargill, and she knows how to wrestle. Where is she? Yet we got to see Jade Cargill slop on fucking television week after week after week in a faction that nobody gives a fucking flying fuck about. Blake Monroe. Jade Cargill. Don't understand it. Jordynne Grace. Jade Cargill. I don't get it. You got women in NXT that are so much more valuable to what you're doing than Jade Cargill. Lola Vice, Tatum Paxley, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Kendall Gray. Am I missing anybody? I would even take Nikita Lyons over Jade Cargill at this fucking point. At least Nikita Lyons. Nikita Lyons has gone through the fucking system. She's gone through NXT. Got injured twice. Both knees. Came back to NXT. Moved to Evolve. Won the Evolve Women's Championship. And now is the top of that brand. Bro, you got women on Evolve and on NXT like Callie Armstrong, who are fucking so much more far advanced than Jade Cargill, yet we got to see Jade Cargill fucking embarrass herself in the middle of the ring and not show anybody that she gives a fuck about professional wrestling. And I'm going to continue to come on here and say it week after week after week after week. And you can fucking quote me on any of the women that I just mentioned. Callie Armstrong, Nikita Lyons, Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, Kendall Gray, Blake Monroe, Jordynne Grace. Am I missing anybody? Am I missing anybody? No, but WWE wanted to steal Jade Cargill away from AEW so vehemently and roll out the red carpet for goods that weren't really good. The goods were stale by the time WWE rolled out the red carpet. We all knew as fans what we were getting. And we all thought it was comical that WWE rolled out the red carpet like they did for Jade Cargill when we knew exactly what we were getting. We were getting someone that didn't know how to wrestle. It doesn't matter how good Charlotte is. Charlotte Flair can give you a 5-star match with a fucking mannequin dummy in the Victoria's Secret window. But working with Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair then looks less than. And Rhea Ripley really had us out here believing that fucking Jade Cargill was a suitable opponent for her at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley made everybody believe, because of one match at WrestleMania, that Jade was really where she needed to be. Newsflash, she's not. So again, I ask, why isn't Blake Monroe on my television? When Blake Monroe has more money-making aspects than Jade Cargill could ever dream of possessing. Why? Because she looks like she should be outside the Roman Colosseum as a Greek statue overlooking the fucking Colosseum? She wrestles like a fucking statue. Her selling is terrible. She doesn't know how to execute moves. Her sequences, move for move, spot for spot, is fucking terrible. I mean, Charlotte gave her opportunities to nail everything that Charlotte has in her repertoire, and Jade failed. You saw it. You all watched Friday Night SmackDown. I'm assuming you did, right? Am I lying? Well, we're just going to cover up the fact that Jade is trying. She's better than where she was. Brother, she should be in Evolve. Name me the lowest person on the totem pole in Evolve. That's where Jade Cargill should be. Yet WWE's going to parade her around as some fucking huge asset to the women's division. If she disappeared today, nobody would notice. Nobody would notice. And Meechin and BFAB should be thanking the fact that WWE believes so highly in Jade Cargill, because that's the only reason why those two still have jobs. And why those two still have television time. We're keeping BFAB and Meechin on television while we have no sign of Blake Monroe, no sign of Julia, no sign of Kiana. That's another one I take over Jade. Kiana is so much more advanced than Jade Cargill. Jordan Grace. Bro, Kendall Gray's been doing this for how long? 2 years? Kendall Gray has been doing this for 2 years. And don't tell me it's, aesthetics, it's Instagram, or it's looks or beauty or whatever WWE looks for when they're scouting a female. Bro, I would put Kendall Gray over Jade Cargill in every possible aspect you can imagine. From top to bottom. And you know what? She's at the top of her profession and does what her job description asks for better than most. Tell me when I'm telling lies. I don't get it. I don't get it. WWE seems to be looking for their next Bianca Belair. Motherfucker, you can't create another Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is the top of the top. She's got it all. The less you put into finding the next Bianca Belair, the more the other women will get television time. Get this woman off my television. Just like Danhausen, get her the fuck off of television. It's never going to happen. We've been at this now for 3 fucking years. We've seen her fucking botch her way to a 16-0 record in AEW. Nothing's worked. Nothing's worked. You're basically watching someone who's an Instagram model, cosplay as a pro wrestler, pretending to be a pro wrestler, and we got to watch slop on a weekly basis. That is basically 15 minutes of our television. That's a complete waste of time. You don't want to hear it? Go watch somebody else. You want to claim JD's a racist? Go watch somebody else. You can't claim that when my number one female in the entire industry is Mercedes Moné. Try again, trolls. Try again. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Flair delivered what she calls the Queen's Decree, which is basically the devil's kiss from Stephanie Vicaire, but Charlotte's own twist on it, which is not good. She rolled out of the ring with Jade. Flair dropped Jade, or Jade rather, dropped Flair on the commentary table. And then she was dropped over the timekeeper's barricade, and we go into a commercial break. There's another one. I love Naomi. Thank you, Franklin. Yes. Love Naomi. Naomi's also one of one. The greatest woman to come out of the Performance Center is not Tiffany Stratton. The greatest women to come out of the Performance Center are Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky. Anything else is fucking a sin. No. I don't know why anything like that. Tiffany Stratton is the greatest female to come out of the Performance Center. Give me a fucking break. Come back from commercial. Jade went for a cover after hitting a big spine buster, which is one of the only things she knows how to do well. Jade missed with a running attack in the corner. Flair countered with German suplexes. Both women got to their feet, throwing elbow strikes at each other. Flair chops on Jade. Pump kick by Jade. Missed. She managed to stop Flair's walkover clothesline with a big boot. She actually fucked that up. Flair whipped to the ropes. She flipped over the apron and then connected with a crossbody, which looked weak. Cargill rolled over from the pinning combination. Cargill hit Flair with a big kick to the face, followed by a torture rack powerbomb. Goes for cover. Flair kicks out at it too. Flair down on the mat. Cargill went to the top rope. She couldn't get her move down, so Flair recovered and went for a Trish Stratus-like maneuver. Stratisfaction. I don't know what she was going for. Cargill caught her and turned her into an avalanche powerbomb, which looked pretty decent. 2 count on the avalanche powerbomb. Cargill missed the pump kick, got her foot caught on the top rope. Flair blasted her with a big boot of her own, locked in the figure 8. So B-Fab and Michin come in and cause a distraction. At this point, Alexa Bliss made her return. She's in the aisleway, and she has a glove that says... I forgot what it said. I don't know what it... What did the glove say? Talk? Fight? Friend? What did the glove say? I don't remember. But she had Lily the doll in her hands. The lights go out. The lights stay off for about 10 seconds. Lights come back on. And Tatum Paxley's on the top rope. She hits a crossbody on Michin and B-Fab at ringside. Back in the ring. Flair gets Jade in position for a Sister Abigail. Now, there was a spot before the Sister Abigail where Jade tried to powerbomb Charlotte. So Charlotte flips over. Jade falls down on her ass and fucks up the whole move. Charlotte then grabs Jade off the mat and tries to get her in position for Sister Abigail. Meanwhile, Jade is like fucking shucking and diving and she can't fucking get into position right for the Sister Abigail. And Charlotte's struggling to fucking find a natural way to just get this move executed. She then gets the move executed and it looks fucking awful. So that's 2 botches, one on the powerbomb and one on the Sister Abigail. And then Charlotte goes off the top rope for a fucking supernatural selection. And Jade botches the execution of taking the move. You're supposed to land face first off the natural selection. Jade tumbles on her back into a natural fucking whatever the fuck it was. And Charlotte, unfortunately, has got to go for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and 1 botch, 2 botch, 3 botch. Ha, ha, ha. Like the fucking count on Sesame Street. This woman botched 3 fucking times in the same 15-second stretch. How do we spell evolve, chat? E-V-O-L-V-E. Evolve. Something Jade desperately needs to do. Otherwise, she needs to find a new profession. Charlotte Flair wins. I never. Can you imagine this was on the SummerSlam card? Holy shit, did WWE dodge a bullet? Never want to see these two in the ring. I never want to see Jade in the ring with anybody, period. Charlotte wins. All 3 of them stand in the ring. Tatum, Alexa, and Charlotte are now the newest trio on Friday Night SmackDown. Terrible match, but Tatum Paxley's on the main roster. I thought she'd actually be moved to Monday Night Raw to factor into the Lyra storyline, being that they have some sort of history. But apparently, according to reports, Charlotte personally requested Tatum Paxley to be involved with her and Alexa on Friday, which is why we are where we are. We got another $100 bomb from Dizzle with a pistol. He utters the same thing I just said. Man, I was watching the main event. I'm literally watching Charlotte trying her best to save Jade, and Jade kept getting worse. She belongs on Evolve. Another round of applause, Dizzle. Dizzle, I appreciate you, brother, man. Like-minded by Dizzle. You guys are just as intelligent as I am. But thank you guys very much for all your support. Really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me live on this impromptu stream. I know Saturday night's not, or Saturday afternoon's not really our day to stream SmackDown, but we had House of Glory last night, and I wanted to get a review out for you guys because I thought it was a newsworthy show. If it wasn't a newsworthy show, I would say, you know what? We'll skip it. We'll just talk about this on Tuesday with the Solomons. Something else I wanted to show you guys just quickly. I'm sure we'll talk about this on Tuesday. We got this tournament. Have you guys seen this? World Heavyweight Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. The winner of this tournament wrestles Roman Reigns on Raw in Mexico City. This is Triple Mania weekend. So all the world's greatest luchadors in WWE will be in this tournament, and this is what Rey Mysterio wanted to talk to Roman Reigns about. So as we see it right now, Penta, he's going one-on-one with Laredo Kid. Psycho Clown will go one-on-one with La Parka. Dragon Lee will go one-on-one with Dr. Wagner Jr. And Rey Fenix will be wrestling El Fiscal. I mean, if WWE wanted to create some unpredictability, they wouldn't have laid out the tournament the way we see it. So I'm going with Penta and Phoenix in the finals, and it's going to end up being Penta and Phoenix fighting for the right to wrestle Roman Reigns, with Penta winning the #1 contendership because Penta is on Raw. And Penta in Mexico is going to be the biggest star in Mexico that fans are going to resonate with in Mexico. And quite honestly, Penta versus Roman could be a fucking banger match. But they had to give it some meaning. I thought we could be a little bit more creative with it, but that's what WWE's doing. So I'm going with Penta and Phoenix in the finals. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. I would rather them be a tag team. I would rather WWE fix their tag team division, but what the fuck do I know? All right, let's get to these super chats. Again, thank you guys very much. Hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown or anything else that happened tonight. And super chats are open. They will remain open. Get them on in. We'll hang out. Right now, actually. Thank you for the $100 bombs tonight, guys. You guys are fucking great. We had a couple. Want to again shout out KB Brown, Joker's Voice. I want to shout out John Pearson and my guy Dizzle. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Lauren with a 2. What a promo from Orton and Cody. Who won this round? Cody. Cody had the best promo on Friday night. Also, Punk is the heel for KO. The fans are behind Owens. Well, in Toronto, Punk will be the heel, yes. Michelle with a 2. KO, Punk, Cody, Orton will make SmackDown worth watching. I agree. Fast Eddie with the $4.99. House of Glory. What a banger show that was last night. OTS for life. Thank you, Fast Eddie. Michael Krause with the 2. JD, OTS, join the tap room. How you know? Let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. 009.5. Bro, Dr. Disrespect is a funny motherfucker. I watched one stream of him playing Warzone. Someone asked him to play Power World. He went off. Yeah. I watched that same stream. I don't consume much content on YouTube outside of like a few people, but Doc is certainly a regular. He's a very entertaining motherfucker. MGM Ballin with a $9.99. Was awesome getting to chat for a few minutes before the show last night. And man, what a show that was. Been coming to shows for 2 years now. And for Sweet Cheeks to finally get that moment was so cool, brother. That was quite the moment. And we've had several moments in that building. Great. Great seeing you. Great talking to you for a little bit. I'm glad you had a good time. Lee with a 7 months. Lee Tom 92. Always good to see your streams, JD, live. I'm from the UK. These reviews help me mentally, so thank you. Can I order merch to the UK? OTS for life. Yes, you can, brother. Down in the link down in the description. Fourthwall.com ships internationally. Go and get yourself some merch. Chris Nearfall Podcast. 48 months, 4 years in the great community. Me and my daughter loved HOG last night. It was an amazing show. Can't wait to see where Zilla goes. OTS for life. I think everybody knows where Zilla's going. I don't think that's any secret whatsoever. Thank you, Chris. Chris, who's this? This is Chris Lemchi with a $9.99. The absolute stupidity of Chelsea losing her first match and taking the pin after winning the Women's Championship, and then to throw her into a feud with Nia. I forgot that, bro. I forgot that. Absolutely trash booking. Brother, I didn't even mention Nia Jax. Oh. Vaughn 502 199. Great job last night. Thank you, brother. Bang bang. Sosa. He is fucking great, man. Ricky Sosa is fucking someone to look out for 100%. Casey Navarro too, 100%. I think both of those guys are great. Twister with a $4.99. Considering how ass SmackDown has been, I will gladly take what we got yesterday. In my opinion, it wasn't the best, nor was it the worst. No. Hooligan with 65 months. Loved hanging out with the OTS family while watching Hog. You and Solo are wonderful. HOG is going to grow bigger with this move. If Hog needs a mod, I know a guy. We will. I'll let my guy Dean know, who's head of production over there. I'll let him know. We definitely need a mod because people are fucking sad. They're sad and pathetic. Jeremiah with a $4.99. If you had no choice and had to collab with either Denise, Ryan Satin, or Sean's View, who would it be? I'd probably, honestly, out of all three, I'd probably collab with Denise because I genuinely think it would do numbers. Ryan Satin's a fucking loser, and Sean's View's a fucking loser. Who clickbaits with WWE superstar died in a car crash. Latest at 11. And then goes on a 20-minute video and speaks nothing. Meta with a $9.99 was at the show last night, and there was some great stuff. Got up to go to merch standing during Jade's match because she's just awful. Main event scene is going to cook. Hashtag justice for Meta. OTS for life. Bro, you are going to win a wheel. We'll bring the wheel back Monday. The wheel will be back on Monday. I still got 2 more people to send boxes out to. Thank you, Meta. Phantom with a $10 super chat. I memed hard in the chat, but I genuinely enjoyed the show in its entirety. It was... what good is pro wrestling if you can't make fun of the segments that are low points? Well, I mean, people look down on that, bro. Whether you're a fan or some of the talent, they don't want you making fun of anything because you're not a pro wrestler. I think that's awful. I think that's a terrible way to look at it. Bad is bad, good is good. Mendelf, 50 months, been here waiting for, oh my goodness. Also, nice to catch you live. Best women's debut, Tatum Paxley. This week's been nice. Finally back to the venue. Best women's debut, I can't even tell you, bro. It was a good debut for Tatum. I mean, she's standing next to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. How bad could it be? Tone! $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Tony Brown with a $9.99. I absolutely enjoyed House of Glory last night. You're excellent as a commentator. You and Jason, better show than TNA. I'm a fan for life. No booty meat tonight, but Chelsea can get it. Thank you, Tony. We love Tony Brown in the chat, man. Always for a great comment. It's Tony Brown. Sherrod Jones with a 5. JD, loving the show. You're the best in the business. I'm going to my first WWE Raw this Monday in Norfolk, Virginia. I'm praying for a good show. Hopefully. My guy Triple M. $5 super chat. F the troll Matt, giving us Matt's a bad name. Good job last night. My goat, keep up being the GOAT. Thank you, brother. I saw you and Boots in the chat. I saw Hologram in the chat. I saw Guardian in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Rage, 69 months. What's up, JD? Great commentary last night on HOG, but chat was really toxic, though. It's hard to talk wrestling with people now. Yeah, there's just a couple of bad seeds that ruin it for everybody. I can't help it. I do not. I'm doing my job. I've been good. I haven't been out of line. I haven't said anything I shouldn't have. Everybody sees it. It's just fucking nonsensical trolling. Laura Maestro, the $4.99. Great to see you, bro. With KO back, I hope we get to see Adam Cole come back. He deserves it. The wrestling world is better with him back. With them back. Yes. I agree. I love Adam Cole. Vincent Connell with a $10 super chat. JD, your show has given faith to this 60-year-old wrestling fan. Thank you. Also, last night, Solid Monster gave the Cruiserweight title to Leo Rush on a silver platter. Great show, though. Yes, he did. If there's somebody that the commissioner dislikes more than Charles Mason, it's Darren Richardson. Sidro with a 2. What did Tree say when spring came? What a relief. Oh, we smile with a good Sidro joke. Thank you, Sidro. Also, Sidro with a 5. Accountant joins every religion was the only way to maximize profits. And why don't accountants last long in bed? They're too busy trying to balance the sheets. I see. Thank you. Thank you, Sidro. Michelle with a $2 super chat. Does Punk Cody Part 2 really need the title? I don't know. I don't know where they go, and I'm glad I don't know. The main event scene is stacked. Create some unpredictable television. I'm sold. Dizzle with 39 months wanted to come poke my head in and say, what up? At work doing a double shift and listening to your show is making my day go faster. Appreciate you, brother. And thank you for the 100. Dizzle with a pistol. Coming in big. CJ86 with a $4.99. Man, I'm a huge Punk fan, but after hearing the backstory about Punk and Owens, then all the other stories about Punk, he doesn't sound like a good guy. Bro, this was a 2005 CM Punk. Everybody acted that way in their 20s. Everybody. Come on. We're going to hold somebody to the fucking fire because of comments he made 20, 21 years ago? PTG with a 5. JD, you speaking nothing but facts about Jade. She is fucking terrible. JD Watts with a 5. Who would you keep, Lash Legend or Jade Cargill? Have to choose. Lash. If I had to choose, Lash. Killer Pa. Hey, JD, been able to join live as I'm from India. Time zone different. Always look forward to your streams, brother, at night. Your SmackDown, Raw, the realest one, man. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Pa, Killer Pa from India. All the way from India. Look at that. Cy, the guy with a 20, been a subscriber for 13 years. Finally started my own pro wrestling podcast. Can't thank you enough for the inspiration, JD. 4 months in and 460 subscribers. A collab one day. Thank you for what you do, JD. Cy, if you're still in the chat, man, link everybody in the chat. Link everybody where they could go find you. Let's get you to 500. David Rice. Your call when Sweet Cheeks won the title last night popped the hell out of me. I wish I sounded better quality-wise, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, brother. No idea that was even coming. Jason told me after the fact there was only 3 people that knew. Mason, him, and Sweet Cheeks. That's it. Actually, no, Sweet Cheeks didn't. I don't think Sweet Cheeks even knew the day it happened. Until like moments before. I think Brian, Mason, and Jason. That's it. 3 people. And I asked him during the show, I'm like, bro, who's winning the, do I know the guy who's going to win the Battle Royal? Because it's all like students. I don't know all the students' names. He's like, well, I don't want to tell you. And then he's like, when the guy wins it, you're going to know who he is. I'm like, okay. So when Sweet Cheeks won the Battle Royal, I'm like, man, it would be great if we get him and Mason again. Like he cashes in and gets another match, because that match was fucking great. And then he ended up cashing in last night. I'm like, all right. Well, we really on top of the ball on that one. Dizzle with a 5. Me and my daughter agree that all the new signers to WWE must go through NXT first before the main roster. Yes. Yes. Some of the people that are actually on the main roster now should go back down to NXT. Walker Stubbs with a 4.99. Hey, Mr. JD, who is your Mount Rushmore of wrestling? Hulk Hogan is on my Mount Rushmore. Stone Cold. I'll get back to you on who else I think. Bret Hart, probably. And I would probably do The Undertaker. Captain Solo with a 4. Thank you for the drink, Captain Solo. And the super emoji con. I appreciate that. WrestleMess with a 199. Hey, Hollywood. Please come and get Jade already. Yeah, take her away. I'll pack her bags myself. And Jeffrey Mania with a 15. I'm going to the Raw show in Buffalo, New York on the 17th. I will rock the off-the-script hat there that I won on the week this past Monday. Or on the wheel this past Monday. I love it. I love that, Jeffrey. I love that very much, brother. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, my friend. Guys, thank you very much for this happy hour stream today. What I'm going to do is take myself to a real happy hour, maybe. It depends on if I crash on the couch or not for the rest of the afternoon. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I go out? Do I stay in? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's so early. It's only 4 o'clock. Anyway, thank you guys very much for all your support. I really appreciate you. If you missed the House of Glory show, if you missed High Intensity, it's on YouTube right now. Go and check it out. It is on their channel. Just go to the live section. You'll see it right there. High Intensity 2026, live on YouTube. We were live last night. Over 4,000 people watched what we did for our biggest show of the year. Go check it out. Also, follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go and check out all the great content on the channel. Keep it locked in on the socials. There'll be short-form content going up today from this stream. We're really hitting it big on Instagram and TikTok, man. I want to keep that momentum going. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Hit that thumbs up. 1,000 likes is always the goal. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of High Intensity. Let me know what you thought of House of Glory show. Tonight's SmackDown, what you thought of Friday night. Next time you see me live will be Monday after Raw. Brand new week of content as we keep the ball rolling here in August. Thank you guys for all the support lately. It does not go unnoticed. I see everything. Thank you guys. I'll see you back live in the venue right here for the Raw post show on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.